Cheers from Japan, I'm the Tokyo Toy Bastard, and I've got another little bag of junk. But before I get to that, I've got some pickups that I want to show you guys. So today's the first day that I've actually been outside, out of my house, and in towards central Tokyo, still western Tokyo. But, you know, I went to Hachioji once, and I've been basically just around my town. But today's the first day that I went out and ventured into Tokyo. Things have kind of settled down here as far as the coronavirus goes. And I wanted to visit my friend Ishii-san and his shop Toy Cats. And I also wanted to meet up with my friend Chris and do some hunting at Nakano Broadway. My original plan was to actually film there, but I hadn't seen these people in months, and we wanted to catch up, and we also wanted to toy hunt, and I didn't really get a chance to film. So I did pick up some cool stuff, so let me show you what I got, and then we'll get to that junk bag again at the end of the video. Alright, one of the first pickups today was actually not a toy. It was this vintage 1989 Godzilla vs. Biollante special graphics magazine book thing. I do collect vintage Godzilla books and magazines, specifically ones about Godzilla 1984, and I also love Godzilla vs. Biollante, as you know if you follow my channel. And this one had the amazing poster art, which I have this poster on my wall, but having the magazine with this on there. And I opened it up, and it's got an advertisement for Batman. It says, I thought it was for the movie, but it actually, because this is the same year that came out, but it says Batman Original Comics. So, original comic. So I guess this was a tie-in for the movie? I don't know. Was there a comic tie-in for the first Batman movie? Or at least, the first Michael Keaton Batman movie? I'm going to have to look into that. I don't know if it was like a DC thing. It has a DC thing on there, but that'd be cool if there was like a Michael Keaton manga adaptation, but I assume this is talking about the original DC comics. And then inside it's got some special effects stuff regarding Godzilla vs. Biollante, and it's got some cool pages in here. I love just like the colors and stuff in this magazine. But yeah, I'm not gonna bore you with all the stuff in here. Just really cool to have this, and yeah, Godzillers. Also related to that, I also picked up this recently, although this was not today. I did get this in the mail recently from an online auction, and this has been a grail of mine. So since I was talking about Biollante, I figured I'd show it real quick. So this was actually a Shokugan like box candy toy, miniature soft vinyl toy that came out around 2005. And strangely enough, I actually ended up finding this in the box. It came originally with the Biogoji, which I have here somewhere, but I just wanted to show this. I found it today boxed for about 5,000 yen, but I already purchased this for a bit cheaper. So anyway, I would have bought that today if I wouldn't have already got it, so I count this. And I did pick this up there too. This is another Shokugan style boxed mini soft vinyl toy. It's hard to see on this white background, but this is a 2002-ish. I think this was released for Final Wars though, so I think this is 2004. But of the 2002 Kiryu Mechagodzilla, and this is a glow-in-the-dark one with like the little thing on his back, and he's got the was it the Maser deflector or whatever it's called, opened up on the front. And this is just a really clean specimen of these. I've had these in the past. I think I've even picked up some. There's different variations of this, but I've never seen one this clean. Usually they're a bit yellowed or something. This one's like really nice. So really excited to have that. And I've been collecting a ton of glow-in-the-dark Godzilla stuff, so this will be added to that little collection. Alright, up next I've got another little miniature boxed Godzilla thing, and this is also related to the 2002 Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla movie. And I found this little Beast Shooter Godzilla box toy produced by Konami, which is interesting. Originally 680 yen. I paid 600 yen for this, so a little under original retail. Released in 2002. And yeah, there was a Mechagodzilla that went with it too, and like I guess a game board. They had Mechagodzilla, but I just kind of wanted to just kind of check out this Godzilla. Maybe I'll go back and get Mechagodzilla. And it comes with these little buildings and a launcher. So basically you launch Godzilla and try to knock the buildings down, I guess. So, you know what, let's just crack this open real quick and try it out on camera. I've never really seen this in action. I'm gonna have to cut the tape. Give me a second here. Alright, got the tape cut on both sides. My son really wants to play with this, so he's in bed now. It's after midnight. Let's see. So I told him, I was like, let me open this and make a video, and then you can play with it tomorrow. Okay, so there's some other characters in this set. I've got King Ghidorah, Anguirus, etc., etc. But yeah. Okay. Let's dump this out. Are these Keshi? Oh, these are Keshi. I love Keshi. I actually bought another like Yutaka set. Oh, there's stickers. Wait, is there a game board in here? What are these gonna go on? I don't know. Anyway, this is not a review of this toy. I just want to try it out. Fast forward. Okay, you've got your two identical buildings here, and you've got a little train. You've got this little launcher, which just cocks in like that. And then the Godzilla itself has a little ball bearing on the bottom. And you basically just shoot him in the butt. Let's try it out. Kind of worked. Should we do it in slow motion? Sure, why not? Maybe this would work better on a game board or something, but if you had a lot of stuff to stack up and shoot it at, should be fun. Maybe me and my son will play with this more tomorrow. Alright, the next pair of things I picked up were these 2004 Puppy released Salaryman Heroes 2 Ultraman figures. These are also like little Shokugan, little boxed mini figures, dioramas. Released in 2004, as I just mentioned. Sold at convenience stores. I picked up 2 boxes. Let's just take a look at one box real quick. I found these at Toy Cats. I think all the previous items I found were from Nakano Broadway. But you can see here on the front of the box, you've got Ultraman in his salaryman poses, doing various salaryman type things. You know, he's not a salaryman, but that's what makes this funny and interesting. And they're all pretty great. Ishii at Toy Cats actually had a box with all of them, and I picked up 2. I picked up this one right here, the Pachinko one, so you got him playing Pachinko, and you've got Father of Ultra behind him looking either very... If you look at the figures, he's like very disapproving looking. There were some other ones I almost picked up, but it was just money. Like, I wanted to pick up this one with Ultraman pouring beer for Bolton. That's awesome. But my favorite one that I've already opened and assembled is this one right here. Ultraman falling asleep on the train. If you live in Tokyo, this is something you know all too well. If you're trying to go home from work and you just have some random salaryman that may or may not smell a bit stinky or of alcohol and just passing out on your shoulder. It's pretty normal here. So I actually went ahead and assembled that. Let's take a look at it. Here it is. Yeah, this is pretty cool. It's kind of got a lot of shadow going on there, but you got like a window, you've got some advertising that I had to stick together, and it came in little pieces. I had to assemble it. But on the top here, you've got the little bag rack with the bag and the notebook, and you've got these 2 dudes just chilling. Ultraman is snoozing, and yeah, this is a cute little piece. I love it. If you want some of these sets, let me know. I can grab some more. I might actually grab some more for myself because these are too cool. All right, one more little box Shokugan style figure set here. Is this Hone Gelion, Hone Zaurus collaboration with Evangelion. I picked up some of these in the past in my older pickup videos, but basically Hone Zaurus is like these skeleton plastic model kits, usually of animals or creatures, and they did a collaboration with Evangelion, and they released various characters like the Eva units and a couple of the angels, and I bought some previously, but my favorite one that I had found that I've kept was this glow-in-the-dark Sachio. but it comes in just one color with just like some red accents. And I really wanted to find this kind of like dark colored version so that I could swap out the parts with this one and make it look like accurate like it does in the show or the movies. So today I actually found this one at Microcon in Mandarake, Nakano Broadway, and number 6. And I checked on the back, and that was the one I was looking for. So I've already opened this and assembled it. So I took the one that I had, the white one, the white glow-in-the-dark one, and I took it apart, and I took all the pieces I needed. Hold on. Actually, I should have not stuck all this like this back in here. And now I've got this one, which is accurate to the show, mostly. And yeah, he looks way cool. So I actually took the remaining pieces and made a reverse color version. Doesn't look as cool in my opinion, but my son thought it was cool, so I gave this one to my son. He'll probably forget about it soon. Let me know if you're interested in these. I do pick these up occasionally. But yeah, really cool to have this one here. Looks awesome. Alright, we're going to do a little bit of gashapon now. I've got quite a few gashapon things going on over here. We're going to go back to some Poppy. So right here, I've got this set of these little miniature Poppy vehicles and things. Some of these franchises I'm familiar with, some I'm not so much. But I got these as a set from Toy Cats. And these were originally gashapon releases, I believe. And if you're not familiar with Poppy, they released soft vinyl toys and like little cheap toys and stuff back in the 70s into the early 80s, and they kind of disappeared. Basically, Bandai owns them, so anytime you see Bandai or a Poppy logo on a box, in modern times, yeah, like for example the Poppy logo on this Ultraman one, it's basically just Bandai, and they're trying to give themselves the retro branding to appeal to the people that bought stuff back in the 70s. But yeah, it looks like here, this is the full lineup, so I've got all of the vehicles in here. Once again, I do not know a lot about these, I just thought they were really cool. But maybe let's open up a few and take a look at them real quick. Okay, here I've got a few opened that I thought were interesting looking. They're all pretty interesting looking, but I want to sit here and open every single little box. But yeah, these are so retro and awesome. Obviously, these are miniature versions of toys that came out in the 70s. And yeah, they're just super cool in these little boxes with the little Poppy logos. One I will bring up close here. One that I am familiar with to some degree is the original Kamen Rider. And yeah, like the wheels turn, and like the domes and things are all translucent on all these. And they've got weapons, and they've got moving parts. Some of these came with like extra parts that you can add and swap out. Like this one had a lot of little parts that I don't even know what they go to. But yeah, I really want to open these all up and take some cool photos. These are just so cool. I may end up putting some of these for sale, I'm not sure. But yeah, let me know in the comments what you think of these. I'll see if I can get some more. They're really rad. And I just realized Kamen Rider's not focused. Let me see if I can focus him. Get one little good look at him before I switch to the next one. Yeah, look at that sexy bug. Alright, we're sticking with the theme of miniature retro stuff. I picked up these little beauties. If you watched one of my kind of hunting videos, I think it was like Gashapon related video mostly, a month or so ago, I went to the Gashapon machine that was selling these little guys, these little miniature phones, and I really wanted this phone. And I talked about this phone too, and this is from the 1970s, and this is from the 1980s, and I ended up getting one from 1990s, which was like this but gray, and I thought these two were the coolest, and I wanted to display this with like my Microman stuff, and this with some other stuff. But yeah, I was really stoked to find that. Ishi at Toy Cats ended up having all of them, including this other special rare ones. Here's the paperwork if you want to see all the different variations of these phones. And there's also this rare like double phone and the gold phone. He had all of these. Let me know if you're interested in these phones. He has loads of them. I can get them for you. Hello? No. Wrong number. It's wrong number. I also found this little Glico Arale. In the little car, like a little robot. I mean, I know she's a robot, but like she got a robot arm, And if you roll this across like a carpet or something, it doesn't work so well on the table, her head spins around. And I found this at Mandarake. They also had one of Dr. Senbei, and his was way more awesome, and it was about triple the price. And it looks like, unfortunately, this Arale may be missing an arm. I don't know if you were supposed to just be able to swap this one out, but I think she probably had one more, which is why this was cheaper. But hey, you know, I'm kind of digging these old retro little candy toys and omake toys, so I thought this was pretty cool. And it's still got the original little rubber band down here. Really rad. Bye, Arale. Alright, I picked up a few different Dragon Ball Keshi items. First, this is the coolest one, I think. This is a little set of miniature Keshi. Like, these are like way smaller than your standard size ones. And they all still have their little sprue taggy things attached. So we got Frieza in his second form, Android 16, Android 19, and Frieza in his first form. And we got the paperwork. I'm always trying to get all this paperwork. And you got all the characters that were in this lineup. They did produce more. I have more of these, like, so I am collecting these guys. I need to like review my Dragon Ball Keshi collection at some point. It'd probably be like a 4,000 hour video. But yeah, that's a cool little set. I'm going to keep this rolling while I talk about the other ones. I also picked up this little pair of gold. These were actually Keshi. These came with regular Keshi. These were like special bonus die-cast versions. You got Broly and what I think is Gohan. I'm not entirely sure. But I bought a big set of these because someone requested them, but they didn't need these two because they already had this one, and they had doubles of this one. So I actually already have these, so these will be for sale, and I can get I can get a lot more of these. So let me know if you want some of these vintage Dragon Ball die-cast little miniature dudes. I also got this massive set of Dragon Ball Kai Keshi. Like, it's a lot of them, and I got it for a good price. And I got all the different colors. So I got purple, green, glow in the dark. And these were the last Keshi line released by Dragon Ball, and I really love the glow-in-the-dark ones like this Super Saiyan Goku, and these are all of the Frieza saga. So here's the lineup, and these guys will be for sale because people have been asking me about these, and I found this set with all of these different colors for a very good price, so I picked it up. And I've also got all the paperwork in case, you know, you guys want to buy them separately. But yeah, it's totally worth it for the glow-in-the-dark ones. But they come in, like, each set has two colors with two different characters. Like, here's one with Vegeta with his Dragon Ball. And yeah, these are really rad. Super cool. And now, the moment you've all patiently been waiting for, unless you just skipped to the end of the video. The junk bag. You can see here, I got this junk bag at Mandarake for 1,000 yen. And I picked this one out in particular because I saw this Gamera shell, and this is actually the only Gamera I'm missing from my vintage Shokugan Hyper Godzilla, Hyper Gamera line. I also have some Hyper Godzillas, but I need this Gameras. So I'm gonna snip it open. I'm not gonna snap it open. That's kind of hard. No, I can't snap it open. A little Gameboy and stuff in here. I'm excited to see what's in here. I see some cool stuff. I even see some more Godzilla captures. So let me get my scissors. Let me snip it open and I'll dump it out for you. Here we go. Let's see what we got. It's not wanting to come out. Urgh. This is a much smaller junk bag than the last couple that I've done, but there's a lot of small stuff in here, so it's probably just as many items as my previous junk bags. just smaller. And it just stuck. There we go. There we go. Alright. Let's see what we got. Let's see what we got. There's a lot of stuff in here I'm going to have to piece together. Give me a few minutes. Well, actually, for you it'll be just instantaneously. But I'm going to sort through this, put things together, see what I got, and then go through all the stuff that's worth talking about. See you on the flip side in 5 seconds. Okay, and here is most of what was salvageable from that lot. The only thing that was super destroyed I will talk about, but this was like the only thing that was just like some loose parts. This were parts to some kind of miniature Ultraman figure, which, man, has this cool helmet and everything too. So I'll hold on to these pieces, so these might come in handy in the future. But real quick, let's talk about some of the failures in this lot before we get to the good stuff. This is not quite a failure, but it's just like a little cheap plastic car, but it's missing a piece, and it's, you know, it's kind of cool, but, you know, wish I had a little piece there. So that's kind of a meh. Now this would have been rad, but unfortunately it looks like there are some missing handlebars on this Kamen Rider motorcycle, which is really cool looking, but yeah, no handlebars. But, you know, almost a win there. Oh well. Again, Kamen Rider. We have this Kamen Rider Keshi, but it's fairly stained. I might be able to clean that up, but it's like not damaged, so maybe I can salvage this. Salvage this guy. Maybe I'll make a little junk pile of mostly complete Kamen Rider stuff and put it up for sale. And then I have this unfortunate giant Biollante Keshi, which would have been awesome, but unfortunately there were no arms included inside this lot. So, sorry Biollante, no arms for you. Last two little things that aren't really broken or anything, but it's just like, I don't know what the fuck they are. You got this little ninja guy with the little ball in his chest, which I got some other figures that have something similar like this going on, but they're actually functional. This is just like a hard plastic, or not a hard plastic, whatever. Cheap, nothing moves, you know. Yeah, don't need it. And then this looks familiar, but it just looks like some kind of like slightly cold, confused Norwegian person. Let me know if you know what this is. Okay, let's talk about the meat and potatoes. So this is all like the cool stuff that I got. Let me zoom in a little bit. There we go. Up first, we've got these retro little Keshi racing cars, which are pretty neat. And we've got 6 different ones, and they're all pretty clean. So yeah, these are kind of cool. Nothing missing on them. Oh, no damage. So these will be up for grabs. By the way, if you're wondering where I'm selling all these things, they're either going to go on my Instagram, follow me at Tokyo Toy Bastard, or if it's something Dragon Ball related that I mentioned before, it'll be on either Instagram or the Dragon Ball Vintage Collectors group that I run, which is on Facebook. So if you don't have Facebook, sign up for that group, because a lot of cool stuff goes up for sale there. This is not Dragon Ball though, so I don't have a racing Keshi group, so these will go up on Instagram. Or, you know, just contact me. If you see something you want, let me know. I will sell it to you directly. Let's keep going with the Keshi thing. We've got some Heisei era 90s glow-in-the-dark Godzilla Keshi. And we've got Manila, the Heisei Mechagodzilla, and Heisei Godzilla. I hope are these focusing? Yeah. These are cool. I actually have this Godzilla. So yeah, and I've got a bunch of these coming in the mail soon. I bought them all because there was a glow-in-the-dark Biollante color that was missing, because there's like 4 or 5 different color variations for this series. So I'll have a bunch of these up for sale soon, which will either go in the Godzilla Collectors group or my Instagram. Up next for the Keshi, we've got 2 little Ultraman Keshi. We've got Red King. I have a friend in Mexico that's a Red King fanatic. I don't know if he likes Keshi, but if he doesn't, I'll keep this one because this is kind of cool. It's really clean. It's got a separate piece tail. And then we've got this little flying Ultraman in a dark blue color. I don't know how well you can see that. Those are cool little dudes. Wins. And while we're talking about Ultraman, we've also got these little mini SD dudes, which I'm not really into these kind of things. Like, if they were painted Keshi, I would understand, but yeah, not my jam exactly. So these will be up for grabs as well. Is this an Ultraman guy? This one. I don't recognize him. I don't know a lot about Ultraman Kaiju. I just know they're like the original classic, you know, half a dozen or so. And I know that's not one of them. So those guys will be up for grabs. Let's get these out of the way here. Here we've got some vintage Capcom. Mostly Street Fighter related enamel pins. And they are actually in good shape. So these will be up for grabs too. We've got, what is his name? Tomahawk? Remember, I'm not a gamer. I have played Street Fighter, obviously, but we got Ken. I know who Ken is. And this is the guy that looks like Bruce Lee, but he's not Bruce Lee, and I forgot what his name is. And got Zangief. And this one, is this a Street Fighter character? Does just open his mouth and has more of himself inside? I don't know. Let me know in the comments. Anyway, these will be up for grabs as a little lot on Instagrams. Or just direct message me if you want them. Since we're on the topic of video games, let's get to these guys right here. We've got a miniature Nintendo Game Boy. And it's got this little tab down here. I'm not sure what that does. It doesn't move or anything. But I did notice it has this little slot here. And you can actually remove the video game. And so here you've got Super Donkey Kong Country. Great game, by the way. And you've got some kind of pig inside. Yeah. That's all it came with, so there's nothing on the... I mean, you can't flip this around. So on the back, it just has information about the game. Yeah, and that slides back down to there. I'll do that off camera because you guys don't want to get bored with that stuff. And then we've got a classic Game Boy Mini right here. Keychain. This is really cool. I never owned a Game Boy as a kid, but they are very iconic. And this one's really neat because it's actually one of those like little... what do you call these things? The little, you look in here and you can actually see an image of a game. I looked at it earlier, it was a Pokemon. And if you click this, it changes the image out. I don't know if you can see. Can you see in there? Maybe you can see. Let's see, what do we got now? We got, yeah, these are all Pokemon. Jigglypuff, I know that one. At least that's what he's called in the US. A tiger-looking one. Wow, there's like a ton on here. There's a lot of little Pokemons on there. That's kind of cool. But if you're a Pokemon collector and you like Game Boy, you know, I'll sell this to you if you want it. Let me know. I don't need it that bad. Got a Yellow Ranger thing, miniature soft vinyl. Let me know if you want it. And these guys right here, I was talking about. I forgot what these kind of figures are called, but basically they've got like marbles. They've got actual marbles in their chest, and they've got a little lever on the back. And if you push the little lever, it shoots the marble across the floor and to the other side of the room next to the trash can. I'll never find it again. Let's try this one again. Oh, I killed Kamen Rider. That was a nice shot. Let's see if I can shoot Gamera. Oh, that was a dud. Well, I get to go find those after this is over. Since I've killed Kamen Rider, let's talk about him. So, this is really cool. This was like this is a win. The only problem is like he's got a little damage to his head, and one of the handlebars is kind of broken off. But I've found these loose in the past. I've never found the bikes. But so this is a Keshi Kamen Rider from the early 90s, I'm guessing. I don't know if there's any markings on it. But it's a friction-based toy. So if you wind it up... Whoa! Went the wrong way off the table. Let's try that again, shall we? Whoa! Caught him that time. Yeah. That's pretty cool. So yeah, I've got a nice little lot of like Kamen Rider stuff that's like kind of junky but kind of cool. I'm tempted to keep this, but you know, let me know if you want any of this Kamen Rider stuff. It'll be cheap. And finally, to the reason I picked up this bag in the first place, we have this Hyper Gamera, which I was so happy was complete. I was so worried that it was gonna be missing like a foot or a part of the tail or something, but nope, it was complete. And now I have a complete set of these Hyper Gamera figures. Super excited to have it. Actually, I am missing Gauss still. I have all the other villains, but Gamera itself, I have all now. And I actually almost bought one of these online for roughly the same price that I paid for this entire bag. So I'm glad that I waited and didn't have to pay shipping and wait for it to come in the mail, because I got this plus a bunch of other goodies. So very excited. So yeah, if you want any of that stuff that I showed in this video, not just the junk bag stuff, but any of the other stuff that I said was going to be for sale that I showed, make sure to follow me on Instagram or just hit me up and let me know what you're interested in. That's all for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it wasn't too long after I spliced it back together. It is now 2 o'clock in the morning, and I've got to edit this and put it on YouTube for you to enjoy. Make sure you like and subscribe, and hit the bell for notifications if you want to see more interesting videos like this from Japan and all the toys and all the stuff and all of that. Blah, 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 blah. I'll be going more toy hunting adventures soon, and I will film the next one. I apologize I didn't get to film the one today. I wanted to hang out with my friends and didn't want to film everything. So, Marble.